So in today's video, I want to talk about what's the most number one driving factor that creates change in a person. Because in my past, I find it very, very difficult to change certain things. Even to this day, I'm still working with it. And that's why I wanted to make this video because the last few days I really discovered me personally, what is the number one thing that creates change in myself? Either if that's a habit, your identity, your financial status, your relationship status, like honestly, it could go for anything. And I'm going to give you multiple examples to explain this in the simple way as possible. My videos moving forward, I want them to be quick, effective, and simple. I'm not going to sit on this channel. Like, I noticed the problem with a lot of mindset creators and self development is they overcomplicate stuff. They want to sound super smart. Like, I'm trying to get my thoughts to you guys as simple and effective as possible. Now, a lot of people say you start New Year's. It's the new year, you want to change. A lot of people gravitate towards motivation or inspiration. They look for these happy emotions. Like getting inspired or getting motivation, it's exciting. It's a happy emotion. But I notice sometimes we have to dig deep. We have to go to the dark side. Like we have to get emotions that are sometimes not as pleasant. They could be dark. They could hurt us. They can make us feel pain. And honestly, I feel like when I get these darker emotions, it pushes me harder than like the happy emotions. Because say if you're doing like you want to make a change, either if it's quit an addiction, start a business, start a body transformation in the gym, there's moments where there is going to be days where it's easy, but you have to show up on the day where it's hard, it's difficult, you don't want to do it, and you think a happy emotion is going to push you through that. Maybe, but not as much as a dark emotion that hurts you. Like, I feel like you have to ask yourself what drives you more? Thinking about something you want or thinking about the person you want to become? Or is it what do I not want? What do I know 100% I do not want that in my life? I do not want to become that person. I do not want to be a part of this certain job. I do not want to become like someone I know in the past. That puts a fire in you because it really it pushes you. There's certain moments where when you make a change, like I will even say with addiction, my first real big change I noticed in my self-development journey was in the end of 2022. Like I was smoking weed for years. It was a part of my identity. I was addicted to it. People around me, like if I said I was quitting smoking around the people around me, they know I'm a stoner. They know I'm smoking weed. They'll be like, "Yeah, right, Dylan. Sure, you're gonna quit weed. I like to see that happen." Or like, let's see, like sarcastically, because it is so ingrained in my identity that it was so hard. I tried to quit multiple times and I just go right back. I'm on it 24/7. Like that is not good. And originally I was using the emotion of, oh, I'm inspired, like I want to quit weed, or like I'm motivated to quit weed and get my life together and save money and be healthy. That didn't work for me. I remember I got the call of the job and position I always wanted, And I was like, holy shit. It was like a slap in the face. And currently, I usually don't talk about my job on this platform because I like to keep things separate. But the job I was working before the job I'm at now, I was at Amazon. I was a delivery driver. It was one of the most difficult, like agony, like it was a pain in the ass. Delivering for Amazon, like I'm not hating if you're like a delivery driver for Amazon, but it was like grueling. I remember doing like in December 12-hour days, 7 days a week, no break. I'm by myself constantly. I'm running around all day, like barely at a break. I was getting paid not that good. And a few times on my delivery route, I had a breakdown. Like I had so many packages, so many different like routes. I was like, I can't fucking do this no more. I can't work at this job no more. I do not want to be here forever. I need something out or I'm gonna quit or I'm gonna lose it. Like I literally had breakdowns where I was like, I remember driving one night and I'm just in the middle of freaking nowhere. It's raining out. All my friends are doing their own thing. All my family's doing my own thing. And I'm just in a van delivering this shit. And I'm like, I can't take this no more. I remember even on Christmas Eve, it was like negative 10 degrees. I'm delivering packages all day while people are with their family. I was like, I cannot have this job no more. I want to get something better. I'm not hating on specific jobs, but like I knew I could get a better position at a better company. And I was like, I'm not doing this forever. So when I got this call for the position and the job I always wanted, I was like, I need to stop this shit. I can't do this no more. Like, I'm not gonna fold. I don't care if someone comes right in front of me, they're like, here's some weed, smoke with me. I will be like, get out of my face. I'm not doing that because I had to meet a deadline and do a drug test. And I was like, I'm done with this. This is behind me. Literally, since that day, I remember when they called me. Usually, if you're a heavy smoker, it could take weeks, months, maybe even years for you to actually get to the point. Like, you will make the decision, you'll be like, I want to quit. But to actually stick with it and not fold when you get that urge, you're like, all right, maybe one more cigarette or maybe one more drink. Let me just fold. Or if someone asks you, this is very difficult. When someone around you, you're like, oh, I'm going to quit drinking. And someone asks you, oh, Dylan, do you want to go get a drink? Oh, maybe I'll get a drink even though I'm trying to quit. Or, yeah, let's get a drink. Like next Monday, I'll stop drinking. When you have the fucking pain and that dark emotion of like, I'm not fucking doing this no more. Like, you have to get to a point where you're sick and tired of it. Like, there's so many points where I got sick and tired of myself. And I was like, I'm not fucking doing this no more. Instead of, oh, I'm motivated to quit or I'm motivated to start going to the gym. Nah, I'm sick and tired of the person I've been. And that drives me so much. So back to my story, I remember I got this call and within, it was either 1 or 2 days, completely went from smoking all the time to cold turkey to ever since that point, I never smoked again. Like this was like 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago. And I haven't smoked since that day. And the only reason I smoked a day or two after is like, I literally, the time I need to quit smoking, I get like the worst stomach virus or whatever. And I had to go to work the next day and I was like, shit, like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this without smoking at all. Because if for those who know, like when either if you quit cigarettes or weed or whatever, like when you stop, you kind of get like nauseous. But this was besides the point. I just didn't feel good. So I took just a little amount. After I felt better within a day or two, I just never did it again. I was like, this is behind me. I'm not doing it. I need to better myself because I'm not folding. And there was literally points after that where I'm around people, around friends that are smoking. And I was so determined. Like, it was just a switch in my head. I was like, it's game time. I want this position. I'm not smoking again. I'm not fucking this up because I do not want to have a shitty job like Amazon or like have some crappy job. Like, I wanted to get a better job. And that drive me so much. And there was times where like I'm around people literally smoking in front of me when I was so easy to fold into that pressure and that urge. You get these urges where you're like, oh, I wish I could smoke. Like I still got them, but I knew so, like it was so ingrained in my head where I changed that habit. Before, the weaker, softer, like happier emotions, it didn't do that for me. It was so easy to just fold or just give into the urges and be like, sure, let me just smoke. I'll quit tomorrow. This was like, if you come in my face and they're like, do you want to smoke? I'll just be like, get out of my face. But like, respectfully, with a lot of the friends that were still smoking, I would just be like, listen, I made this decision to stop smoking. You could smoke, it doesn't bother me, but like please respect it. Like sometimes even one of my good friends, I would chill in his basement and sometimes he would smoke. I wouldn't even have the urge, but I would just literally be like, yo, can you blow that out the window or crack the door? Like I do not want to mess up my drug test. I do not want to mess up this opportunity. I'm not hating on you for doing it, but I'm not doing it. So recently too, I'm gonna give you another example, two quick examples, because examples, analogies, all this stuff is very easy and simple for you guys to understand. Another problem I used to have is being late to work. And there was a couple times where in my past jobs, I would just wait to the last minute. Like I gotta hit snooze. I gotta wait to the last minute. Like I don't know why in my head that I think me waiting to the last minute is like a great way to start the day, because it's a terrible way to start the day. When you wake up late and you're getting all your clothes together, you're rushing out the door and you get to work and then you forget your lunch, or like you clock in late and then your manager's like, why are you late? And it starts the whole, you're setting up your day for failure. You're starting your day with fucking chaos. And there was a couple times I got to work and I was like, I feel so unprepared. Like I'll put the wrong shirt on. I don't have my lunch because I'm rushing out the door. I got fucking sick of it. I was like, I'm not fucking doing this no more. And don't get me wrong, once in a while, like I'll wake up late or like I'll come in late. But like for me, being late all the time to now, I'm very, very rarely late. Like I think in the past 2 years, I maybe been late like twice. Like I do not fuck around. I hated that feeling. I'm like, I literally looked at myself and I'm like, I'm sick of this fucking feeling of coming into work. I feel like I'm starting my day with chaos. This has to fucking end. Instead of, oh yeah, it would be cool. Like I'm gonna start waking up earlier. Like I'm gonna start being like David Goggins. Even that is like, it's not gonna do it, bro. You have to look at yourself and whatever you're doing is be like, I'm sick of this. It is not happening no more. I'm making this decision, and it is easier for you to like break habits and patterns in your head. This is a mindset channel. And like I always tell you guys, so many things revolve around your mindset. You got to think the way your habits and your brain is wired depends on the decisions you make. So if you have some weak ass mindset and some weak ass emotion like motivation or I'm inspired, and you've been smoking cigarettes for 5 years, 10 years, and someone asks you after you made the decision of like, you know what, I'm inspired to stop smoking cigarettes. If you're having a few beers and someone asks you to have a cigarette, you're going to fold like that. Like that. You're not even going to think about it. You know it's the worst decision you can make. You know you don't want to keep doing it. but you don't have that strength, that barrier to be like, rather than you have an emotional, like, say your kids want you to quit smoking cigarettes because they're concerned about your health, and that really gives you pain, that gives you emotion to be like, holy crap, I need to stop smoking cigarettes, I want to do this for my kids. When someone asks you a cigarette, you'd be like, listen, I can't do this shit. You literally think of that moment and that pain, you're like, I'm fucking done with that. So what do I want you to take away from this video is you have to look at yourself and you have to sit down and audit and be like, is there certain patterns or habits that I want to break, that I want to change? Like, am I above weight? Do I want to lose weight? Or say, for my instance, like you were smoking weed and you want to stop. You have to think and reflect on what is really going to drive you. And I feel like the best way of that is you have to just get sick and tired and pissed off with yourself and your decisions on where you're at. You have to like I would describe it is I would be like disappointed in myself. I would be disgusted with myself. I'm like, it would get to the point where like I'm actually mad at myself and like disappointed on my past decisions. Like, say for example, I stopped smoking for this job, and right before the drug test I fold, and like I look back on the day before and I'm like, I am fucking sick of my actions. I'm sick of like it you just have to get pissed off. And I feel like sometimes, I'm not telling you guys to go out and be negative around everyone and just have this negative outlook on life. Like, I'm a very happy person. I'm very grateful and I enjoy life. But sometimes it doesn't matter if you're the nicest person. To make a big change, to make a very difficult change and be stuck in your ways, you have to like dig deep. You have to go on that dark side. And there's two different types of emotions. Like, there's the nice, happy emotions, then you got the dark, painful emotions. And you have to use those sometimes when needed. You don't need it all the time. You don't need to feel negative, but sometimes you need it to push you through. Because like I said, it is so easy to fold. Like, even now, like, I wouldn't say I have a serious problem, but like I just been doing a challenge recently where like I want to like chill with the drinking. Like, I don't want to do it. And this one is very difficult because unlike weed, or say like unlike a different type of drug, alcohol is so socially accepted in every culture, every country, every state. It is just normal. Like, for us to poison ourselves and drink something that is not good for us. Like, I never looked back and drank and was like, wow, I'm so glad I drank yesterday. Or like, I remember in high school when I got super messed up, I'm really glad I drank then. Like, what is that doing? So I wanted to test this because it really like goes with this. Like, for you to stop drinking, you have to say no to your family. You have to say no to your friends. Even if you, like, say you go out to get food somewhere and it's like everyone's drinking around you, the workers are drinking, like the people next to you are drinking, and like you're like, you know what, let me just get a water. Let me get a soda. It is almost like the unusual thing to do. So when you have to say no to people around you, your family, your friends, people you don't even know, and they look at you funny, you need to have a strong enough drive to lock you in that decision. So say, for example, you're like, you know what, let me stop drinking for a month, which I'm going to try to do. I'm hopefully going to go past that. I'm already 7 days in, but I want to go past that. Tomorrow or tonight, someone could be like, Dylan, like, let's go get a drink. Like, let's just enjoy the night. We only live once. if you don't have a strong enough drive or you're sick of yourself, like I look back in the past and sometimes I took it too far. You wake up feeling crappy, you're like, I'm sick of this feeling. I do not want to do this no more. And it locks me in that decision to like push harder. Obviously, even with these decisions, you could still fold, you could still break. Like, I'm not saying using these emotions, it's going to be automatic, but it is going to push you harder than I'm inspired, I'm motivated. So, say if you were just motivated and someone asked you that tonight, do you want to drink? You know what? Like maybe I'll come get a drink. I don't know if I should, but like maybe when you're like sick of yourself and you're just fucking done with it, someone asks you, do you want a drink? No, I don't want to do that. Come on, bro. Like, let's just go for a drink. Or like, say your family is like at dinner and they're like, oh, you want a glass of wine? No, I don't want that. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm 100% like, I don't want that. So you could see the difference between you being kind of soft about it and you're just doing it because you want to do it, or you're doing it because you're sick of the old patterns, the old you, or you don't want this certain life for you. Like, I don't want to have a crappy job and I'm always struggling with money. Like, you got to envision what you don't want, what you're sick and tired of, and it will push you and drive you even harder. So I hope you guys appreciate that video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I'm going to continue to bring different perspectives I have on mindset so we could all get better. Let's get after it.